That's the good and evil.
Yeah.
We're back to the good and evil, so maybe we should go back to church. Look, the priests did some weird stuff, but maybe it's good people in there more than evil people.
Well, the problem is, with that church in particular, they're still shielding the people that have done terrible things.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just no denying that. If you look at the facts, if you look at everything that's come out, there's no denying that.
No.
It's super unfortunate because I think the vast majority of the people that are involved in the religion that aren't the people that are pedophiles,
Right.
I think they're very good people that probably think about it the same way maybe your daughter would like to think about it. That it's some place where people can get together and they exchange affection and camaraderie and this acceptance of something higher than them that holds them to a certain standard and wants them to be good people, and that's good for everybody.
Good for everybody.
Yeah. But if it wasn't for all that kid fucking,
God,
all that kid fucking just ruined all that.
it just
Yeah.
It really,
It
really,
did.
it's
Yeah.
such a sad, sad thing.
Google this because I've said this many times and I've never bothered looking it up. That the reason why we can get another bottle of that if you want to get fucked up. Look at
It's
you.
the holidays.
Okay, it's the holidays. Shit.
A lot of sediment in that.
What were we just talking about?
Good and evil, and the priests, and why they're ruining it all. And you said, go get that video
Look
with
something up you haven't looked before. A reason why.
Oh, this is it. Thank you. Whew. Thought that was gone forever.
I voted.
The reason why they forced priests to be celibate, because what I had heard was that and this is no scholarly work of my own. I don't remember even reading the article. I think somebody told it to me that priests were banging too many chicks. Might have been Eddie Bravo. He might have said it in that way. Priests were banging too many chicks, man. They made them go celibate, which I
don't think that was it.
What do you think it is?
I think it was property. I think that when priests own property, and if they were married and he died, she would keep the property. If there was no woman involved and he owned the property and he couldn't be with a woman and he swore that he was just with Jesus, when he died, the property went to the church.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's which is not much of,
That's crazy.
It's,
wow.
that whole other part of Catholicism is the other thing that bumps me all the time. When you go to the Vatican, it's like, wow, this is beautiful, but what? Where'd they get all this art? Where'd they get all these bills? The pillaging of
fucking
riches.
billions of dollars worth of shit, all stolen from a time where people were starving in the streets.
I know. This is how powerful religion is. This is how powerful this pull is to search for good and to be a part of something. Is that
weird.
in light of those things that you see the wealth? It's like going into like a pirate ship and seeing all the shit that they got, and then knowing what they do with these children. Both those things are. You should just say, no, "Fuck this! I'm not going to be a part of this at all."
Yeah.
But the other part of it is so strong that you actually will kind of say, "Well, yeah, but I'm still going to go to mass on Sunday."
I think what happens is you think that even if a priest is bad, that the religion is still good. You think that the idea is it's just like a bad guy who lost his way. That's in there. They sort of
these are human beings that are flawed.
Yeah, and a lot of them are drunk too, man. The guy
really
who,
drunk.
The guy who read my grandma's my grandma's eulogy.
Oh no.
Her name was Josephine, but he kept calling her Geraldine.
Oh no.
They had to correct him. It's Josephine. Like he was saying all these great things about her. He didn't know who the fuck she was at all.
I know.
And he had those gin blossoms. Oh, Jamie brought another bottle of wine.
Oh my God.
Savage Jamie.
Jamie.
I think you take a guy and you put him in that position where he can't have a companion. Like you're not allowed to have a love.
Yeah.
You can't have a wife or a husband or whatever. You can't have that. You're
It's
not
a
allowed.
horrible thing to do.
It's
You're
horrible.
fighting nature.
There was a kid that I went to high school with that became a priest.
Yeah.
And we all knew he was gay.
Oh yeah.
We all knew, like, it was like a thing. You knew, like, oh, this is why he's going to be a priest. We get it.
Right. Well, that's what a lot of people say. It's like that the church, the other side of it is that the church doesn't create pedophiles. That like the institution attracts them because they know they'll be safe there.
Well, it's possible, but it's also possible that so many of them that are active in the church, and I don't know what this guy's story was. I barely knew him.
Yeah.
But that he could have been molested. I mean, it's not a small number of kids that were molested. It's a very large number.
It's large.
Yeah, and you would never, I mean, who the fuck understands what that would be like to be a young boy, to have that happen to you, and then get groomed and indoctrinated into being a part of this thing that does that to other young boys in the future.
It's your whole reality.
Which has to be what some of them are. And they're all doing this under the blanket of this thing called the church. Then when the church finds out about it, the church moves people to all these different various places, and they get these new victims.
Yeah.
And this happens over and over and over again. You know, this was one of the things that they were saying about Benedict, about the one who before Cool
Francis,
Pope.
Yeah.
That he had actively done that. He had actively moved all these people.
Yeah.
He was a part of that.
It's so bad. It's so bad. And it's such a shame. It
What's
really is
Jamie?
a shame.
Did not know this.
Married Catholic priests. There are perhaps 120 in the U.S. already. Here's how. Whoa, is this a new thing?
Yeah. The other article I found said there's about 200.
Wow.
As of 1980, there was a rule change or an adoption of a rule change that allowed.
Why does it say Eastern only? Is that what it's saying?
That was something in the story, the video that was going.
Yeah, but
I just kind of paused it there.
Why does it say Eastern Catholic? Like East Coast
East
only?
Coast?
Like West Coast, Mexicans are not buying it. They got West Side. We got our own Catholic homes.
Brooklyn.
We're not buying your bullshit.
Brooklyn married in the house.
120 Catholic priests married in the United States. Wow.
That would be a great
because
start.
Of a policy change by Pope John Paul II in 1980, which offered a path for married Episcopal priests to continue their ministry after converting to Catholicism. Oh, so you have to be a priest already if you're Episcopalian, and then you're allowed to have a wife and kids if you're Episcopalian, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Let them convert to Catholicism.
So, I mean, look at that right there. Like, Catholicism's the only one that doesn't allow them to have sex, right?
Yeah.
And it's the only one that's littered with kid fucking.
Right.
I mean,
right.
Come on.
Enough. Exactly.
Just cut the shit.
We were actually at Mass, and he was talking about, there was one thing from the gospel that was talking about being married, being with a woman. And then he finishes
Cheers, kind sir. Cheers.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
He finishes the sermon, and then the reading. Then he goes into a sermon all about being with a woman, and this is a man that doesn't come close to that. This is a man that has no experience.
Right.
It would be so much better for the church if he was a married man with children, and then he could really talk about being in a family. Like, who are you? You know nothing about what we're dealing with on a daily basis.